Okay, go.
Hello there, everybody. Thank you for joining me once again on a Monday for the reading for the week ahead. If you are new here, very, very welcome. And what we do on a Monday is I do the reading for the week ahead, asking about general energies. I update you on anything that's going on otherwise, and we just see what advice there is for us so that we make the week a little bit easier to bear. All right. To my existing clients and subscribers, thank you very, very much again from the bottom of my heart for being here week after week. I love you, and I would not be here without you, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. All right, so we're going to be using 3 decks of cards, I think, today, because we're changing up how I do the readings a little bit. You've got to keep this, what is the saying? Variety is the spice of life. So let's keep life spicy. All right, so I've got the Psychic Tarot today. I drew a blank for a second. Then we have the Spirit Oracle. I might start with the Oracle cards. And we've got the Harmony Tarot that I'm going to be using today. All right, I think I am going to start with Oracle, and then we'll see what else pops up or wants to pop up. Okay, so first and foremost, we're going to look at the general energy of this week ahead. I have shuffled, but we can just do a little bit more. No harm in giving it a bit extra. All right, while I'm doing this, I just want to mention, for those of you who don't know, this month, currently we have an alignment of planets, all right? Tons of planets are in alignment, and this is literally like saying the stars are aligned. But when stars align, when our divine timing comes along, or there's anything like this happening, there's often a lot of disruption, but it's necessary chaos. So you need to please remember that, and you need to kind of just breathe through it, because this month is going to be difficult energy. All right, you're going to feel a little bit volatile yourself at times, emotionally, mentally, physically. You might feel really lackluster at certain times and then full of energy the next minute. It's a bit of a weird energy to deal with. It's inconsistent, and that makes us inconsistent sometimes. So be patient with yourself, be patient with others. I beg of you. It's just the way to make it easier on everybody. Okay, we have a full moon coming up, an eclipse. We have 2 eclipses this month. Okay, full moon eclipse. Come on, I know you want to. There we go. Full moon eclipse is on the 14th of March, so I will be doing energy sessions. This will be a full moon eclipse in Virgo. All right, and then on the 29th of March, we have a new moon eclipse in Aries. Aries is a very fiery war kind of an energy, but it's a really good energy if you want to kind of really assert yourself in a situation, or you've been feeling a lack of ambition. If you need to sort something out, it's good to the shuffling is really lacking this week. Anything that you would find that you need to be assertive with, things that you want to get a move on with, you know, it can be a very impatient energy, a very direct and forceful, fiery energy, but we need to use this to our advantage. Okay, so there may be a bit of argumentative energy around at that time, but we will take it in our stride. Okay, let's see what the Animal Oracle wants to tell us today. Can I please see what the general energy is for the week ahead? I've got 2 already. Okay, they're wanting to jump out at us today. First one, Chameleon Spirit. Act as if. And Flamingo, embrace the in-between. Okay, this is about being in touch with your spiritual side, with your intuitive side. It's about whatever you want to manifest. It's about manifestation and the law of attraction. Act as if. You know, when we're in a situation where we don't have much faith in a person, in a situation, in a subject, whatever it is, we really need to kind of pull ourselves out of that sometimes, and it can be really difficult. And it's easy enough to say, oh, just deal with it, just get over it, remain positive. It's not that easy, especially when we've got really intense energies around us in the next month or so. All right, act as if is a beautiful way to kind of keep the faith. There's a saying that says, pretend you have faith and faith will be given. Okay, and I'm just actually seeing this card that I keep here for myself. I've just like been drawn towards it. It says trust. All will turn out well. Everything will fall into place. peace of mind and tranquility result. Act as if this has already happened, okay? That's also a very good way of pulling something out of the ether, all right, out of just your thoughts and your emotions into the physical 3D reality. So acting as if is something that can really help us to get through a difficult patch. Changes, challenges, and fluctuations are also associated with this card because it's a number 5, all right? But there's a number 8 as well, which is the presence of spirit very much in your life. So embrace the in-between. The in-between is that state between the physical and the spirit, okay? It's talking about our own spirit, and for me, spirit and our guides and guardians and the great spirit or God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, they are all one and they speak to each other. You know, that's how we get our intuitive information, is putting a message out there and getting a response from the universe, whether that comes through your guides and guardians, your angels, your ancestors, however it's going to permeate into your life or give you that epiphany or whatever needs to happen. That is the in-between, us having that relationship with spirit, or actually just taking the quiet time to get in touch with ourselves. What do I really want? Or ask yourself, what am I truly feeling about the situation? What does my gut say? And in order to do that, we have to have some quiet time. All right, that's how we embrace the in-between. The easiest way that I can explain it as well is when you're just about to doze off to sleep at night and you have that place where you are between sleep and being awake. It's the same kind of thing, but with this, it's between the physical and spirit, and keeping that open and staying in the in-between where you use your intuition to guide your physical 3D world. That's when things really go well. That's when things run smoothly for us and our lives just flow. All right, so that is a very good piece of advice to use, especially if you've got this tumultuous energy over the next month or so. Embrace the in-between. When you're feeling flustered, do some breathing exercise. I highly recommend breathing exercises now because your patience is going to be tested. All kinds of things are going to be tested. Sometimes relationships are tested, but it's all about how you approach it, okay? Act as if March is over. That's the best thing for you to probably do. I'm not saying wish your time away by any means. It's just a joke. But whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, be willing to do that. Also, remember to be flexible and patient. Think of the nature of the chameleon. The chameleon can change colors. He's adaptable. All right? He's flexible. He's patient as well. And this is really, if you can embody this and you can kind of adapt to the environment you're in at the moment, or listen to somebody else's opinion. Don't also believe that you cannot change. If you are ready to jump into a new version of yourself, then this is the kind of energy that you need. So there you can see something positive that can come from this. If you want transformation in your life, and you particularly want it with yourself, you want to change your wardrobe, you want to change, and maybe you want to pick up a few kilos or lose a few kilos, and you want, or pounds for those that work in pounds. You know, maybe you want to start a new exercise regime, or you just want to eat better, or you want to have a new hairdo completely and you want to go from curly blonde to straight black. Do it. Why not? You know, get out of your comfort zone and change your colors, change your outfits, buy that pair of shoes you wanted, whatever it is. You know, act as if is certainly about faith. And sometimes somebody would say to me that this is maybe irresponsible advice, but you know, within reason, acting as if always requires us to not only have that elevated emotion that we get when we act as if, which is the key to manifestation. Without the elevated emotion, you can wish until the cows come home. But having that elevated emotion, pretending you've just bought that pair of shoes you've been eyeing out in the window for months and you think, oh, I can't afford it. Acting as if it's happened will get you that elevated emotion and feel excited, and you imagine yourself putting the shoes on. That's the kind of energy you need. That is manifestation. But without feeling excited and feeling like it's physically really happening in that moment, it's not going to manifest. You have to act as if. That is the key. If you're wanting a new car, you've got to imagine yourself being handed the keys, getting into the car, feeling that steering wheel, smelling the smell of the new upholstery. Put yourself there. Act as if. This is the way to manifest, and be flexible. All right, don't be rigid about what you want either. If you're setting an intention, which I highly recommend now because intention setting energy is very high, make sure that you are not making it overcomplicated, and you're also not putting in options that you are aware of, and not opening yourself up to what Spirit can also bring into your life. Don't think, well, my options are X, Y, and Z, and that's where it ends. Ask Spirit to show you what's possible. And I say this every week, but I will say it every week because there's always somebody new watching or someone who hasn't heard it before. All right? That is how you manifest. You can say, I would like to have a new car. You can, put it out there all the time. But until you feel that elevated emotion, as if you're in that moment, it's actually happening, you're missing an ingredient. That is the spark. That is the creative element that comes in and has that reaction that creates that thing and brings it into life and makes it tangible and physical and real. Okay, so I think this can also be done in meditation and things like this. This is why embrace the in-between is so strong. Okay, and also it's a good time when you're almost dozing off like that to say to your spirit guides, please, can I have some kind of resolution with something, or can you tell me or show me in a dream what I should do next? It's a good time to speak to them, ask for protection if you have anything like sleep paralysis or anything like that. And if you do, please message me. I have a shielding exercise and a couple of other things that have been very helpful to a lot of people. So yes, let's see what else we got. I just want to see if there's anything else from the Oracle deck, please. Anything else for this week ahead? Yep. Oh, armadillo. We got armadillo last week, I'm sure. Set healthy boundaries. All right, I've just spoken about spiritual protection when you're doing things like dream work. If you have anything like the sleep paralysis and stuff like this, you need to set healthy boundaries in your physical life as well as in your spiritual life, okay? Embrace the in-between. If you're doing anything like lucid dreaming or heavy meditations and stuff like that, where you're really getting into your spiritual side of things, it is imperative that you set healthy boundaries on a spiritual level and a physical level. The easiest way to do that is to know that on this planet you have dominion here. Lower vibration energies are not really supposed to be here to some extent, and then also they do not have the rights that you have here. You have dominion here, and the minute people realize that, those things stop having control over them. But they will try to control you until you know that. The minute you know that, they're like, oh snap, we better get out of here. They're onto us. And that is the most basic way that I can explain that it works. And the minute you realize, hey, I'm in charge in this domain, not them, and I can tell them to get out, then that's the way it works. If somebody walked into your home and started messing with your kid, you wouldn't just tolerate it. You wouldn't tolerate them even just walking into your home. Why do we allow low vibration spirits and people to do things like this? Normally you wouldn't. You'd be assertive. You'd have those healthy boundaries and you'd say, get out. Who do you think you are? What are you doing here? Not in my house. And that'll be the end of that. We need to know that we can have the same boundaries on the spiritual level as well. So it's very easy when we're dealing with difficult energies like these planetary alignments and things that are happening, and feeling volatile ourselves as well, or dealing with volatility from others, somebody who's a little bit moody or whatever the case is. That can send us to a place where there's low vibe stuff happening, where we're going to get angry, frustrated, we're argumentative, we end up fighting, bickering, being spiteful, all of the low vibration energies. So you need to set healthy boundaries, not just with other people, but also for yourself. How far am I going to go before I realize that I'm losing it and I'm being a bit rude, or I'm being judgmental, or I'm being argumentative or difficult or unreasonable? All right. And then also, where do I set healthy boundaries from a spiritual perspective? Because when, for instance, there are people in a home that start arguing and bickering because the energy is heavy or difficult, that keeps feeding into negativity and more negativity and more negativity. And eventually there is only negativity in that house. And what does that attract? More negativity. That's when we do have these low vibration experiences and low vibration energies around us. So we don't want to be doing that. We want to be positive. We want to be adaptable. We want to work towards what we're trying to attract here. We want to embrace the in-between safely and comfortably and learn how to work with that. And all you have to do is ask for that protection. Your guides and guardians are always there to offer it to you. All right? If you want to use angelic energies, Archangel Michael is great for that. So look at those things, put that in place, and then start your month on a really good footing. Okay, what boundaries are you setting, or do you have to set? Can you do this in a gentle way? And ask for Spirit's help with that as well. Because embracing the in-between, there's nothing you cannot ask them for. From, can you help me find my car keys, to, I want to pass university at the end of this year, or by the end of this year I would like to have my own business. Whatever your dreams are, Spirit is there to help you. They sit and they wait. They don't interfere with free will, but they sit and wait for us to tell them what's next. And the one thing you need to do is act as if. Because that shows your trust in them. That shows your faith. And trust in them to protect you and look after you in whatever it is that you do. Trust them to protect you when you go and have that conversation with somebody, because you need to set a healthy boundary, whatever it may be. Okay, what else do we need from this deck, please? Anything else? I almost feel like this is the whole reading. That deck is done. It's done with me for the day. Okay, let's see what else. All right, let's look at the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. We're going to see. All right, is there anything else that goes with, let me just put these up there. Anything else that we need to know here about the chameleon spirit, please? Thank you. Sacral chakra. Okay, this could be relationships. It's definitely some relationship or partnership comes into play here with the number 2. All right. The sacral chakra is just where your navel is, and this governs a lot of things. It governs our relationships with other people. It governs our relationships with things like food, your digestive system, and any issues around that that can also come from nervousness and fear and anything that we might experience, anger during these tumultuous times. And it also talks about our reproductive system. Okay, so maybe that is something that is speaking to you right now, and you need to focus on that. Maybe you need to do something that involves being a bit adaptable or having a major change in your life. Maybe there is something coming in, like a new little person coming into your life or something along those lines. All right, and maybe you see that as a bit of a challenge as opposed to something that is with ease. I do feel like there's couples involved here because of the number 2, and it's almost like you're halfway there with a particular situation or something, and you feel like, oh, well, it's now we're at a bit of a standstill. What do I do now? I feel like the answer here is act as if it's fine. Have that faith in the universe, put it out there and say, this is the outcome I would like, or please, whatever's for my highest good, bring that about, bring it into my life. And when we ask that, nothing else can happen except what is for our highest good. All right, anything else for that particular card, please? Anything more about the sacral chakra energy? Oh, yes, okay. Mental conflict. Okay, so there's something here that is very perplexing and difficult. Mental conflict, here's the number 2 again. It's like an important decision or something that needs to be made with a partner. That could be a business partner, any kind of partnership, relationships, like romantic relationships or friendships, or whoever you see as a partner in your life. You know, you could work very well with your father and you work with him at the same place, or whatever the case is here. But it's saying there's mental conflict. So there's I almost feel like something's happened that's just caused a lot of confusion, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you feel like a bit perplexed on how to deal with, like, what do we do now? And I feel like those answers can come. You just need to put it out there and those answers are going to come. Let me just move these guys up a little bit more, and then we can still see the words at the bottom. I just want to see these separately here for a minute. Third one is solitude. I feel like this is imperative for this mental conflict. Like, you need me time, you need alone time, you need meditation time. And meditation doesn't need to be that deep. You just need to sit quietly to get whatever knowledge or information is supposed to come to you. Because I feel like you can get to a resolution here by just waiting for Spirit to impart that knowledge. Embrace the in-between. Do the meditation. And that's going to help to resolve this. I feel like for some of you, an Akashic Records reading or something like this might be good, because there is this book here. It's like it wants to open the book, and you see the one page is blank. It's like there's more for you to write. You can write your own story, because again, I feel like there's intention setting and manifestation here that can be really good. Act as if you've already achieved something, or it's already been done. This will help with mental conflict. Meditation helps with mental conflict. Yeah, just having that quiet time, that solitude. That's when Spirit gets a chance to speak, because we're always speaking and asking, but we don't often stay quiet and allow Spirit to speak and give us the information that we need. You maybe want to even meditate on your sacral chakra as well, and just say that it's in its perfect, healthy state. It is balanced. Imagine that color that you see there just spinning, and the thing that's a negative being kind of spun away from you, out of your body. And ask for clarity. If you're not getting time for solitude, ask for time for solitude. There's nothing you can't ask for. We're always thinking, oh, it's not going to work because of this. You know, we kind of like fault finders instead of problem solvers a lot of the time, especially when we're in this kind of energy. So act as if you've got time. If you don't, and go and do it and have that quiet time. Act as if whatever it is that you want is already there. Okay, I'm going to put these 229. This will bring you to the solution that you're looking for. The number 9 is when just before you reach a number 10, and often it's a time of reflection. What has happened? Let me take a look at it. What has Spirit got to impart? How can I close this chapter, or how can I come to this resolution? I feel a little bit stuck. Okay, let's see. All right, is there anything else about embracing the in-between, please? There we go. The waiting game. Okay. There's another 2. There's another 2. Embracing the in-between is a waiting game. All right, for some of you, this is going to be that you find yourself in limbo, that you think you're at an impasse with something. There's nothing to do, all right? Perhaps you are waiting for somebody else to act, or you're waiting for a decision to be made, or you're waiting for a certain event where you can maybe contact somebody, or find a resolution with something, or see someone you've wanted to see, or watch a show you've wanted to see, you know, go to a talk, whatever this is. The in-between is the waiting. That's the time between you knowing that it exists and it needs to be done, and it actually happening. So I think that this is also, if you've been waiting for anything to come to fruition that's been a bit difficult for you, it could be you waiting for approval on something, it could be news about a job, whatever this may be. I feel like that's the in-between, and I want you to embrace it. Maybe that's the time that you've been given to have this solitude, to have this meditation, or whatever it is. There can be a profound amount of information that comes through in just a short time. Find a nice 10-minute meditation on YouTube or something. I've got a couple that I've saved on my profile. I think you might have access to it, that are just little 10-minute meditations. You'll be amazed at what that can do for you. And if you don't want a guided meditation, I would say put on some music that is just doesn't have words, okay? Often classical music, or just something like one of those YouTube videos again, which is just the sound of rain or the sound of birds. Or if you find birds annoying, then find something that you like, the sound of a river, the ocean, and set a timer on your phone even for 10 minutes. And just sit quietly for 10 minutes, and you'll see that you'll just have thoughts going through your head, and some of them will be brilliant ideas, some of them will be solutions. All right, so you're really being asked to embrace the in-between here. And it's like you're waiting for something to come to fruition. Or you're waiting for that idea, you're waiting for that inspiration. They're telling you how to get it. Okay, what else about embrace the in-between, please? Flamingo Spirit. Here they go. This is about a choice as well. Choose wisely. I feel as if the only way to make this choice is to be in this stillness. It's like they want to tell you something or show you something, and you need to be in that stillness. You need to embrace that in between so that you can make the right choice. I feel like if you sit in a meditation and you just clear your mind a bit, and I don't mean clear your mind before you start meditating, because that's a huge reason why some people just don't meditate. But often if we just sit and we concentrate on our breathing, we listen to the music, and we let the thoughts go. Don't try and stop your thoughts. That's one of the biggest reasons why people don't want to meditate. Meditation is for you to shut up, sit still, and let the camera reel go. You know, I always say to people, it's like an old film reel. And you've watched this film 100 times. That's your life. You've seen it. You've been there, done that. Let the film reel run. And you're just a quiet observer. Just watch it go. And you, oh yeah, I've seen that. I know about this. This is the stuff that happened. I've just got it all in my head like cotton wool at the moment. That's what this mental confusion might be about. Mental conflict, sorry. That could be the exact reason. And all we have to do is relax and let those thoughts come and go. Especially if you've been there and done that and you've dealt with that thing, you know. You just need to process. It's like dreaming. We often dream about silly things that we've seen during the day. You might doze off tonight and dream about a chameleon and a packet of crisps or whatever you saw during the day, and your cup of coffee and the person that you bumped into at the bakery, and it's all just nonsensical stuff. Not every dream has profound meaning, but your mind is just trying to process all of that stuff. Okay? Allow it to do that. That is what meditation is. Just let the film reel run. Once it's run, you'll very quickly then realize, hold on a minute, I'm not really thinking about anything. So you don't need to clear your mind before you meditate. Meditation is what clears your mind. And you get up from that meditation and you're like, wow, I know what to do now. And I feel as if that you've almost like this, giving you the time and asking you to embrace the in-between is while you are waiting, that is exactly what gives you the time to choose wisely. It's like you need this time to meditate on it. You need this time to sort it out and to figure it out. And that's what Spirit's giving you. And maybe you don't even realize you need that time. You know, sometimes we want to do things in a hurry. And we're like, I've got to make this decision. But it's just not time yet. Or there's an option that hasn't occurred to you yet. Maybe that option's going to come through in this meditation. But then once that option occurs to you, like, that's what I must do. It's like a light bulb moment. You don't always have to be in this confused energy. That's what your spirit guides and your helpers are there for. Ask them to help you sort this out. Okay, and then it says, stand your ground. Here's this healthy boundaries energy again. Maybe that's part of the answer. Maybe you need to stand your ground in a situation. We will see what else comes up. Okay. Anything else, please? I think we're moving on to this now because that's basically the same card. Stand your ground and set healthy boundaries. Armadillo Spirit. The armadillo has got its armor on. It's got a very soft body, and it's a lovely, very trusting little animal. It will run up to everybody. It's super friendly. But the minute it feels threatened, it just curls itself up and becomes this little armor ball. And that's what you must be able to do if you need to, especially from a spiritual perspective and protecting your energy, even from people who are just energy suckers. You know, there are such things as energy vampires, and it can just be the lady next door or someone at work that's a really painful colleague that is just doesn't give you your own time, or is intrusive and wants to know everything about your family, or whatever the case is. Don't let that into your space. Be more assertive. Okay, let's see. What else, please? What else do we need from here? I don't think we even need. Set healthy boundaries, deception and envy. This has come up a few times, even in private readings that I've done as recently as yesterday and the day before. I feel as if in some cases there might be somebody who's making a choice and they're feeling, or they've almost been like coerced into thinking that they must feel guilty about this. It's like an opportunity that they can take, or something that could be really positive for them. And they're just being told, no, this is not a good idea. Why would you do that? This is where you have to set these healthy boundaries and stand your ground. Because I feel like you're being deceived. You're not being told the truth, and maybe that's just what it is for some people, is just deception, that someone's not being truthful to you or whatever the case is. But it's almost like you know this already, and you're too scared to say it. Stand your ground, set healthy boundaries. If somebody is envious of you, they often will do nasty things. If they see this low vibe energy, that's what I was talking about, energy vampires, people who are not meaning well, they low vibe. Deception and envy is low vibe. You don't want that in your life. Set healthy boundaries. Don't hang around with people like that. And I feel like in a lot of cases, if you really think about it, you'll already know this is happening. There can even be self-deception when we see this, like you're trying to convince yourself, oh no, that person would never do that to me. What are you talking about? That's not possible. I feel like this, for some of you, if this is a situation that you're dealing with, I feel like there can be resolution and you can sort it out and say, why aren't you telling me the truth? What's going on here? You know, and it doesn't have to be the end of your relationship or your partnership. Or if you see someone's acting out of envy because you've got something they don't have, there's a good way to deal with this. And this looks to me so much like Archangel Raphael, that it can actually take the masks off. Archangel Raphael can bring healing on all levels. Mental, emotional, physical, spiritually. He heals rifts between people, rifts between family members and friends. So maybe that's what you need to ask for as well, because I feel like either you've been lying to yourself about it and you haven't set your healthy boundaries, and you know deep inside you need to do that. Or there's that kind of energy around and you just need to be straight up and say, listen, I know you're lying to me. Why are you lying to me? We're friends, or we know each other. Why do you feel like you need to hide this from me? Make sure that you're observant as well, so that you just kind of pick up on this. It's not to say you have to look at everybody with a suspicious eye, but it wouldn't be, you know, it wouldn't do any harm for you to just kind of keep your eyes and ears open. All right, what else about this, please? I don't even feel like we need this other tarot deck today. Wisdom. Okay, perhaps there's somebody that can actually offer some kind of help here, because I feel like, again, there's like changes and challenges and ups and downs, and it's this energy. So I feel as if you need to maybe speak to someone who can enlighten you about something. Maybe you do suspect this person's lying to you, and someone else will be able to give you the information you need or impart some wisdom on how to deal with the situation. They're probably going to tell you to set some boundaries, to stand your ground. Okay, so I feel like as much as there might be this person who's being a bit deceptive or not honest with you, it doesn't have to be someone who's totally evil and you never want to see them again. It could be because somebody's afraid, or they are envious. You know, that is a low vibe place to be, but it's not always because they're bad people. It might just be because you have something better than they do. It might also be because you've worked your backside off to get there and you deserve to be there. So then you would stand your ground. Then you would set healthy boundaries, because you can't feel guilty about that. And that's what I was getting from the beginning. It's like, this is not necessarily something you need to feel guilty for. And maybe someone is putting you on a bit of a guilt trip, and it's nonsense. And I feel as much as that energy is present, there's also energy present that can help and offer some words of wisdom, or can even maybe speak to that person and say, hey man, what are you doing? And explain that you've earned that, or whatever the case might be here. What else is there, please? Anything else about wisdom and this deception and envy? Truth. That's what it boils down to. See, is on the scales. This is going to bring balance. Be truthful. Be honest. Don't deceive yourself. Don't put up with deception if you know it's going on. If you know someone needs to tell you something, confront them. Stand your ground. Say, hey, something's going on. What is it? What are you keeping from me? OCD Shireen is trying to fix her cards, and the more I try and fix them, the more they go skew. So that is that. Okay. Truth. This is going to be the key to everything. Find that solitude. Make sure that you're coming from a balanced place. That's going to be imperative in this connection as well. There can be healing here. I feel like this doesn't have to be the be all and end all. I feel like in some cases, yes, maybe you're dealing with a couple of different situations like this. And then in some cases, you're going to want to get rid of certain people, especially if they're just acquaintances, or it's someone just trying to meddle in your stuff, whatever. But I feel like some of them can be healed, and some of them can teach us something. It can be a learning experience, and the truth will come out no matter what. The truth always does. You know, the saying says, if you don't lie, you never have to remember anything. And if you do lie, it will come and bite you. It will come and bite you every time. You never get away with lies and deception. Is there anything else, please? I think we may be done. Yes, that's it. Okay, and there's another 2. Whatever you're doing, whoever you're engaging with, do it with integrity, be truthful and honest, and make sure that you are putting that out, because that's what you'll get back. You'll get the truth. You'll get honesty. And don't just make yourself vulnerable and let other people walk all over you, okay? Set healthy boundaries. Embrace the in-between. Act as if. You can even do that with this connection if that's an issue. Like, act as if that situation's being healed already. Ask for it. Okay. I think that's it. I hope that this is going to help you for the week ahead. I sincerely do. And don't forget that you can manifest things. Don't feel that you have to feel bad about it. If you're manifesting something wonderful into your life and someone's envious of you, that's not on you. They need to act as if. They need to embrace the in-between. They need to manifest. Maybe you can help them do so. Maybe you have wisdom to impart that can help that person, as opposed to the two of you being at loggerheads with each other. Okay. I hope it helps, and I will chat to you all soon. You must please have a wonderful week. Lots of love.